In this video, I'm going to reveal a game-changing tip that really propelled me forward on my day trading journey. So a lot of you probably have already heard this tip. You might get angry when I say it because you're going to hear it over and over and over if you are just starting out day trading. But before I reveal it to you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, really helps out the channel, it supports me. So the game changing tip, like how I mentioned before, is something that is so simple that I wish I had done it sooner. I had heard it a million times on the start of my day trading journey. But the sooner I started doing it, the more success I started to accomplish in trading. But it was always told to me from the beginning. So I want to get into what it is. The secret sauce, quote unquote, of this, you're gonna hate me for it, but it's just to trade off a higher time frame. As you see, I have the weekly pulled up. I have my levels marked out. But what you're gonna want to do is this secret tip is you want to always create your thesis on a higher time frame, plan off the higher time frame, then enter based on a lower time frame, maybe a 15, a 5, just depending on how low. Lowest for me normally is a 5. I mean, I'll go lower, but I feel like I really feel confident when I'm entering on a 5 minute, maybe a 15-minute chart. Sometimes I'll enter off an hour, just really depends if it's how long I'm holding that trade. But I'll explain just kind of what I did today, how I used this concept, how I've been using this concept. So, in my last video, I explained how this support zone right here is kind of used. We were supposed to support off of it. We failed under it. We're going back into it. I believe we're going to use it as resistance today. Kind of telltale sign. We ran into resistance levels and failed off of them. So I'll just kind of break down what I mean by this. So here's the level. This is the resistance level we ran into. I'm sorry, right here. In the middle of the zone, look at how we ran into this resistance level prior support turning into resistance. Look at how we just wicked and then dumped. I'm going to show you guys it on the 5 minute chart just so you guys can see it a little more clean. Once we went straight into it, we collapsed, kind of get that fake bounce, finally collapsed, and then popped right back into it. And as you guys can see, created a higher low, and then ultimately just dumped. So just that trade right off of it. The 5 minute entry in my eyes probably would have been once we had that big fail candle right here, popped right back into the open of the candle. You'd risk off these highs, and then you get that big dump end of the day. But I'm also going to show you how you still make errors even along the way trading. So that actually was not the trade I took today. Even though I knew I wanted to wait for it, I always struggle because it happened later in the day in the afternoon session. So I took a completely different trade, saw this trade pan out since I was already green on the day, did not want to take another trade. So this was the trade I ended up taking. Let me take that all off the hourly. This is where my thesis was made. Pre-market, look at how clean this level is right here. I'm anticipating this level to be broken. So I drew that dotted line. We get the dump before market opens, and then what happens? We're retracing. So I'll break down what happened on the 5 minute. Once we got, this is where I got SPY calls in this. I forgot the exact strike. I did a day out, but once I got my calls on, I wanted this to break. Normally I'm trading SPY calls, but on ES, it's 5 points to make 10 points. Trading that on options, though, on SPY, it's pretty much obviously the same exact price action, pretty much. But as you can see, this level, very key resistance area, is once line in the sand type area. Once we break through it, I'm looking for a retest of that area. Once we get that retest, I'm risking 5 points. Let me show you guys. 5 points to make 10 points. The reason being, it's kind of just always my parameter I'm doing on ES, or if I'm trading it on SPY though, but that's kind of what I'm doing. And as you guys can see, the 10-point mark was where? It was where that top was in pre-market. So I'm anticipating that to be broken. And honestly, what I was anticipating, the bigger trade, I wish I would have waited for it. So even here, not completely listening. Obviously, I'm going off a bigger time frame, the hourly, before I would be taking trades based off a 1 minute. Now I'm improving. Obviously, the end goal is to just be taking those massive R to R trades that have massive reward off a weekly, off a daily, off the hourly, as you see. Maybe those are kind of the ones where I want to be taking. But as you guys can see, we're breaking these highs to go right into the resistance levels. We're trapping and then we're failing. As you can see, look at that same exact area though, supporting. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Obviously, on the bigger time frame, let me just take this back out. I'm anticipating us to go lower, even on the daily. If you look at this, where did we line up? We kind of went straight back into what happened. The open of this candle, we went straight back into it, tested it, and now what are we gonna do? Are we gonna fill this gap? That's my biggest. I'm anticipating that. So hope you guys like this video. Please hit the subscribe button. This is just a tip that really helped me in my trading journey. If you guys like this video, make sure to like, subscribe. Hope you have a great day.